All right, what are the Padres going to do? Who knows? Michael Brantley going to the Houston Astros, back to Houston. 1-year deal, according to John Heyman, worth $12 million. He can have $4 million in incentives. So the last 2 days, JD Martinez goes to the Dodgers, Michael Brantley goes to the Astros. Those were two DH targets I was interested in. I thought the Padres should have been interested in those guys. I'm sure they were interested in both of those guys, had some level interest in them, but couldn't get a deal done. Where do the Padres turn now? I mean, missing out on Brantley, that sucks. I'll just be honest. I'm glad that it's not to a team like the Dodgers. I think Michael Brantley is a better hitter right now than JD Martinez is. I mean, but this is a blow. Brantley, 4 All-Stars in the last 6 years. Last 6 years, he's had an above average OPS plus. League average is 100. Last year was at 125 in the 64 games that he played. Seems like the Astros just wanted to make sure that he was going to be healthy, his shoulder, and it is. And so it seems like Brantley, Astros, they always wanted to be back together. I would have loved him to be in that Padres lineup, that's for sure. Lefty, could have played some left field while Tatis was suspended, and he can obviously DH. What's left? Will Myers is out there. David Peralta is out there. Brandon Drury, Jerkson Profar. I know most of those guys are former Padres, but other guys that aren't Padres, you got David Peralta, like I mentioned, Adam Duvall, AJ Pollock, Corey Dickerson, Dom Smith, Chad Pinder. Those are the names that are out there on the free agent market. I guess you could include Cole Calhoun as well. But the names that probably Padres fans are going to be focusing on now is bringing back Profar, outfield. He can play some first base as well if you need him to. It doesn't seem like he has a strong market. I think there was a report the other day that Profar was garnering some interest from the Astros, but now they get Brantley and they have Yordan Alvarez. So he doesn't seem like a great fit there, right? They have Kyle Tucker and right. So I don't think the Astros are going to go get Profar. So probably increases the odds of the Padres getting Profar. Now, what do you pay for him? I'm willing to give him like 3 for 30. I don't want to give him, 5 years like Benintendi got, but those two guys are pretty comparable players, I think. So maybe that's what it's going to take for Profar. Who knows? Myers, I don't think they're going to be focused on him right now. He's probably, the last guy on the bench type role, try to fill in him there. They probably want to turn their attention to Brandon Drury, I'd imagine. He can DH, he can play first, he can play third, he can play second if you need him to. I think he's played some outfield, but I wouldn't count on him being like, the starting outfielder, being like the starting left fielder on opening day or whatever. Dom Smith, I'm going to keep saying it. I'm interested in him on maybe a minor league deal if that's out there, if that's something that he'd be willing to do. So those are the options. I mean, I'm intrigued by David Peralta. Don't really know what his market's like. He's 35. He's a lefty, which I think the Padres want. I think they want at least one lefty. They probably want a few more bats, at least one lefty, because this lineup right now, you bring Tatis back, it's going to have Tatis a righty, Manny, Bogarts, those are righties, Kim's a righty, Nola's a righty. That's 5 right there. So you're going to want probably the other 4 to be lefties. You have Grisham, you have Cronenworth, you have Soto. Who's that 9th guy? So you want to balance out the lineup as much as you can, and I think David Peralta can help that. So those are really the options here. To end the video again here, Brantley is to the Astros. So guys that I would be interested in on the free agent market: Myers, Duvall, David Peralta, Jerkson Profar, Dom Smith, minor league deal, kind of like David Dahl. See what you can get there. Brandon Drury is out there as well. That's kind of who I'm looking at right now. Let me know in the comments who you want the Padres to go after now. Obviously, they need starting pitching, but let me know bats. What bats do you want the Padres to go after now as JD Martinez is off the board and Michael Brantley is off the board?